Hey guys, creating a Raspberry Pi can be really easy, but did you know most people don't know how the fuck to set one up? Well, today I am going to show you how to set one up.
The first thing you need to do when you're getting a Raspberry Pi is, number one, obviously get the Raspberry Pi itself. Number two, I recommend that you get a case. Make sure that the case you get matches the Raspberry Pi number, the model, basically. You don't want to get like a really old Raspberry Pi case and have like a brand new one or something and have them not match up and fit properly. So get a case that matches the Raspberry Pi you have. So like if you get a Raspberry Pi 3, make sure to get a Raspberry Pi 3 case. Next thing you're going to want to do is get an micro SD, and make sure to go with the HC. There is SDHC. There's other ones too, but make sure for sure to get micro SDHC. You go higher and it may not work, which would really suck, right? And there is a website, I'll link it down below. They tell you what different types of memory cards will work for you. In my opinion, just go 32 gigs or lower. If you go 32 gigs or lower, you're pretty much guaranteed it's going to work out for you. Absolutely, though, if you look here, this is where you're going to find micro SDHC. It's down at the bottom usually of the micro SD card. So this micro SD card, we're going to put it in the computer system first. I'm going to format it. Let's format it and let's make it a fat file system. Then we're going to get Raspbian and format it. So, I'm sorry. We're going to format it so it's a fat file system. Then we're going to put Raspbian on it. We'll also need a micro USB cable to plug into our TV. And that's basically just a USB that has a micro USB end, so you can plug it into the Raspberry Pi. The TV will then act as the power supply, right? That's how that works. It's really cool, really simple. Additionally, I am going to highly recommend that you get an HDMI cable, so that way you can plug in your Raspberry Pi to your TV. How I'm setting up my system is I'm going to put Raspbian on this. Okay, guys, the first thing we're going to do is get Noobs Lite. So go ahead and go on over, search up on Google, download Raspberry Pi Noobs Lite. You're going to find this beautiful website. It'll say Noobs Lite. We're just going to click download zip. I mean, you could do the torrent if you really wanted to, but I'm just going to get the zip because that seems like it'll work just fine. To check, you could check the SHA-1. Problem with these things is that if the website gets hacked and they just change the SHA-1 to match the hacked download source, what purpose does this even serve? It's pretty fucking useless, okay? From a security standpoint, seeing shit like this makes me want to just punch a fucking hole in my monitor, because if this site gets hacked at all and the download page is changed, someone's going to change the SHA-1 hash here of the fucking file sum or whatever, then they'll change the source of the download zip, so then the hacked zip and the hacked torrent will match this. Great fucking sense, my mates. But anyways, that's a rant for another day, and I already did it. But let's go ahead and from here I'm just going to open this and inspect. Okay, so the README itself instructs us exactly what we need to do. We need to insert an SD card that is 8 gigs or greater in size. Format the SD card using the platform-specific instructions below. Windows 32 gig cards and under. Download the SD Associations formatting tool from sdcard.org. Install and run formatting tool on your machine. Set format size adjustment option to on in the options menu. Check that the SD card you inserted matches the one selected by the tool. Click the format button. Simple. Let's go on over here then and follow their simple instructions. So we've come over to the SD card formatter for Windows download site. It looks like you scroll down to the bottom right, click accept. Once we do that, it's going to get us this beautiful little formatter tool. I'm going to open this zip up in a moment. Here we're looking at setup. So as you can see, Blake and Chase, both of those are actually my name. So if you would like to call me Blake or Chase, please do that. Let's go ahead and launch setup.exe. Once we've got this MSI running here for a little bit of time, we're going to get this warning. It's protected by copyright law, blah, blah. I don't care. It's going to install the SD formatter. Once this is done, I will resume. Wow, that was lightning quick. So now if you look here, we're just basically going to go back to those instructions. Okay, what I had to do is I had to click my start menu and type SDFO, and SD formatter popped up. Now we're going to select the drive, that is our mini SD or micro SD, and we're going to do exactly what it says, which it told us to go into the options, and where it says format size adjustment, we're going to switch this to on. I'm assuming that this is good. So a format type, I'm assuming full overwrite is going to just write zeros everywhere and erase. I don't know, man. I suck at computers. I don't know anything. So yep, we've got that on. Quick volume label. Does it tell us anything? It doesn't really matter. I mean, you could probably just shoot a name in here like penis and click format. It's going to tell us that data may be retrieved after quick format. Do you want to continue with quick format? Okay, dokie. Do not remove the drive. Okay, I sure as hell won't. So it looks like the format was complete. This is wonderful news. Step 3 is to extract the files contained in the noob zip file. Copy the extracted files onto the SD card that you just formatted so that this file is at the root directory of the SD card. Please note that in some cases it may extract, let's turn word wrap on, may extract the files into a folder. If this is the case, then please copy across the files from inside the folder rather than the folder itself. Shut the fuck up, let's get this shit going. Now, for anyone that's curious what I did, I literally took all the files in the zip, I created a little folder on my desktop called 0, dragged all the shit out of the zip folder, and now we're going to copy this shit straight on over to our USB drive E, which this is going to be our Raspberry Pi. So we're going to just pretty much copy this shit over to our micro SD, and we've got the Noobs Network boot copied over here. We are all set to go. Like, holy shit, this is way faster than I thought it would be. Let's go kick some ass on the TV now. Let's get Facebook on our smart TV that apparently isn't smart because I'm making it smarter. Let's get shit done. Okay, so I got it done. Guess what? It booted up. You go through this this network installer, and it's really easy. You plug a USB cable in. You use the tab key a little bit and the up and down arrow keys. You select your Wi-Fi network. You type in your Wi-Fi password, tab through, click OK. Connects to your Wi-Fi network. The network installer automatically downloads all the files after you select which operating system to get. I recommend getting a full Raspbian. If you wanted to, I guess you could go Raspbian Lite, but there's, I don't know. Like, personally, I would recommend just going full Raspbian desktop OS. It just gives you a nice, simple experience. You can mess around too. I mean, you don't have to do Raspbian. You can screw with the other options and do whatever you want to. Just play around. Most importantly, have fun. Peace.